I was born in Wallingford, Vermont in 1936 on December 31st. So I've always been a New Year's Eve baby.
Were you born? Did Wallingford have a hospital? Were you born at home, you think?
I could have been.
You don't remember?
I don't remember the day I was born. Yeah, but that time was pretty common.
Oh, yeah.
See, my dad was married prior to marrying my mother. His wife and the child she was carrying both died from lead poisoning. She was painting the house when she was pregnant, and she got lead poisoning. So my parents met sometime after that in Rutland, and they lived there for a while, and that's where I was born. Was in Rutland Hospital. He moved to Wallingford at the house that he built with his first wife. I had 3 brothers and a sister. Now down here, Shelley, we're going to go straight. I can show you there where we lived. I can remember riding with my dad in his truck, coming from Rutland on the snowy nights. And right here, this road had a lot of wind. See how level it is right here by the airport? It was just terrible driving. In those days, the defroster didn't work well and everything. You had to stop and scrape the windshield off every mile to get home. And my dad would stop in North Clarendon. He would stop there at the little general store and get groceries, so to speak. He'd take and buy one orange, and bring it home and cut it up for the 5 of us. That was a special treat to have an orange. An orange that came all the way from Florida. One of my aunts lived down here. It was my father's sister. She was married to a Savory, and they had a farm down here. And Anne, who was a teacher actually, and taught, I think, in Shrewsbury for a long while.
Were you up a little bit on a hill?
No, it's right near the road. Just keep going up here. I think this may have been my father's. That's the house right there.
Right here.
Right there, with those brick piers in it.
Oh my goodness.
That's it?
Yeah, right there. My dad built that. This old barn here has been all
Redone.
My dad had a gas station. And that farm over there, I used to work over there free of charge.
Train really came right by you,
The
didn't it?
train is right there, see?
Yeah.
See, this track went right by the front of our house. And it was all, coal-burning locomotives then.
Oh, so
And they all
smoke.
come choking along with blowing smoke out. This railroad was pretty prominent, and it shipped a lot of, war supplies to Canada and back and forth, Canada to New York. See this factory on the right?
Yeah.
They made like wooden things, like hoe handles and so forth.
Yeah.
And during the war, they made trenching tools. It was a little shovel that folded up, and they made them right there. The train station's right down here. The old train station is gone. I think it used to be right there, where the fire department is now. Yeah. We meet the soldiers coming home from the war there. Just coming home on leave and so forth. Yeah. I told you in the past how we picked milkweed pods, for the Army. They told us that they used that silk from the milkweed pods, you know,
Yeah.
for military parachutes or something. We walk in the swamps down along the river here and pick those. In those days, the railroad was big.
Oh, yeah.
The railroad and the telegraph,
Mhm.
because that's how we got information. That was long before you thought about, even thought about telephones, really. Because a telephone was one that had a crank on it. You had to turn it in order to get it to work. It was like a 10-party line, so first you have to check and make sure nobody's on it. And then you'd ring your number. This village is the same as it was when I was
When
little.
you're was
This was a Wallingford Inn, which was quite famous in those days.
Yeah.
A lot of so-called famous people stayed there. There used to be like a general store right across the way there. I remember my mother would give me 5 cents. I could stop there and get a candy bar on the way home. Or maybe a couple of them.
Yeah.
You know, those were the days, you know, when TB was like the virus is today. And we'd come down here and get vaccinated right in that town hall building there, wherever they call it.
Right.
There's a school on the right. They put this big addition on since I went to school here. This is all new ones you see here.
Wallingford Elementary. Do you remember playing out there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Big boiler room that stuck out the back there, and the
Yeah.
roof was all concrete. We'd play on that a lot. Remember now, I was only here until I was what? Third grade.
Third grade.
Yeah.
And that you walked from there
Yeah,
all the way back over to your house.
you're right. In the evening, most of the time I walked home because I had to face traffic. That was my mother's
Yeah.
demand.
You were little doing that.
That's right. I was in
Where's the Wallingford
first grade.
School? Okay, wait. You sure? You remember that?
I remember that very distinctly, I'll tell you.
You did.
I remember them telling us you stay on the right side of the road facing traffic and you walk on the shoulder. Now right here, see that house up here on the left?
Yeah.
It looks like it's been rebuilt,
Yeah.
but I had friends called the Jacksons, that's their
Yeah.
last name, and they were twins and they lived there. And we'd stop and play at their place on the way home.
On the way home. Did you do it in the winter?
In the winter, summer, spring, fall. We'd take a bus ride in the morning and we'd walk back at night. Like if it was really stormy or really wet, we'd take the bus. Right?
But your bus ride was almost 2 hours.
On my bus right there at the house,
Like
and
6
went
in the
all
morning.
the way up toward the airport, went around the airport, and we come back. We'll come back that way and see where it is. Find my way down to where my grandparents are buried. Okay, now we have to take a left. And I'm not quite sure where that left is. But I think maybe the next left. Let's just try
Church
this next.
Street?
Right, yeah, let's try that one. And keep your eyes open for a cemetery on the right. And keep going just to see if it happens to be up here. Keep going.
Cemetery.
Right here, yeah.
There it is.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Cemetery Way. Dad, good memory.
I remember I haven't been here for 60 years. Longer than that. Yeah, we can walk in right here.
How pretty. Figure out where.
Oh, I think it's off to the left.
I know. It's a nice fence. That's black.
This is just signifying the Carrara spot.
Here's Carrara.
Here's another Carrara, Poppy.
Oh,
Where's that?
Nisanti. This is your grandpa and Lucia.
Yeah, that's my grandparents.
Oh my gosh.
Lucia. It's like a saint.
1880.
To 1958, I believe. 1958.
78. I was 78. My grandmother must have been old.
Or 70.
Lucia.
82 to 65. Yeah, she was 83 or so.
1882.
Yeah, 83.
Uncle Louis passed away
In the war.
in 86.
Oh, no, not in
He
the
was a
war.
vet.
Oh well.
Sure.
See the bridge?
When you see the bridge, that's
See where the school bus used to go?
yeah.
So you can imagine, like, you see it's a little steeper up here, and then the winter time it was really bad weather. The bus wouldn't go over the hill. The bus would stop as far up as it could go, turn around, and head back out, and drive all the way up around the other way, and drop the kids off, and come back that way.
Of course, there's no homes right along here.
And see, in those days, up here in East Wallingford, there was a huge creamery, you know, a building that processed milk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because remember, before the days they had refrigeration on trains and things, the milk was processed here, primarily into cheese, you know, which would last longer, you know, and they could protect that to get it to the city and so forth. And that this creamery up here was a prominent creamery in Vermont. So you can imagine the wintertime, these roads here would be pretty treacherous.
Oh yeah. And on a school bus?
Yeah. I bet there were some nights some of those kids stayed in Wallingford.
Yeah, had to stay there, right?
You can see this on a stormy winter night with the snow blowing around here.
Right.
Yeah, this is a little road then, a little dirt road. You can imagine what this road looked like when it was all dirt. You know, this road was not paved; it was all dirt road,
Yeah.
which is very common in Vermont then.
Yeah. Buses.
Route 100, you know, where it goes, if you go over into Hancock, Vermont, you know, 116,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
125. When you got there, 100 was all gravel road when I went to college. It was not paved.
Wow.
That was all good.
That was before the ski areas were built, you know, Sugar Bush, and then way before that. They're about the same time. Sugar Bush started getting developed when I was a senior in Norway. See, it was quite a bus ride, see?
Yeah. I'll say. It's like,
So you could kind of like pick your seat on the bus.
yeah.
You wanted the window seat. In the morning we had our pick. So it was kind of neat that way. At least the first thing in the morning. At night we were coming home, it was a mad rush to get on the bus and get the seat you wanted.
Yeah. Because everybody's getting on the bus at the same time.
Here's the bridge.
There's the bridge. Sitting in the school bus, looking out of that window and seeing that.
Yeah.
You know, I was only like 8 or 9 years old. I was just a little kid.
Yeah.
Someday I want to be able to do that.
You did it.
He did it.
You did it, Dad. You did it. Look at that.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. And now,
It doesn't require it structurally. Most engineers would probably put it in just to,
For the fluidity
yeah,
of the
just so
lines.
people would think, oh wow, it's
It's not
sturdy,
safe.
you know.
Right, right.
This guy said, listen, don't need that piece, I'm not putting it there. I said,
Yeah.
you're right.
That's wild. That's pretty cool. Yeah. That's neat.
Neat stuff. But in this day, that was quite a bridge.
Right, yeah. Definitely.
And there were a lot of good railroad engineers that did railroad bridges. Because the railroads, you know, couldn't accommodate, you know, quick changes in grades. They had to be relatively flat
Right.
and gentle, because the trains kind of spin out
Yeah.
if we have a steep hill. And that's what they were noted for. I made up my mind I wanted to study at school.
Yeah.
That's right. And learned how to do that.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Okay.
It was 75 years ago when I left
You left
Wallingford.
Yeah,
I was third grade. It's been about 9. Yeah, the war was over in 45. I was born in 36.
Yeah.
So I was 9 years old. All like,
Yeah.
and the train was parked up there one day at the railroad had a little station there.
Yeah.
And somehow the brakes failed on the train they released.
Oh,
And it started rolling back toward Rutland.
Oh, that's
The brakes were not secured tight enough, so it wouldn't stop it. Completely stop it, but evidently it resisted it somewhat, so it didn't get out of control.
Wow.
Oh my God.
It was a big talk for a long while. Runaway train. Coming up on the right is where the outdoor theater used to be. The drive-in theater.
Right.
So back when I was growing up, there was nothing here at all. Just farms. This is where the drive-in theater was, right here, right in this area.
The Honda dealership is.
Right?
You don't get a right down here. Yeah. And my school was right about here.
Oh my God.
There was a couple of houses here. I used to mow their lawn with a push mower, not a power mower, a push mower.
Clear.
This lawn right here I mowed. This lawn over here.
Yeah.
And later on, my father built that house.
You ever run out in those fields? It looks like a
Oh,
good
yeah.
sledding hill too.
We ran all over those fields.
And then this was Grampy's house
Yep.
after Grammy had passed.
I lived in the next house on the left. That's right.
Oh, come on Sundays.
This pool here, the boat's still there.
Look at that, Nina.
There it is.
They do to me when I was little,
I know,
Look
it
at
does to me too.
right? The youngest Uncle John built this boat in engineering class.
The batch plant was right here next to this building. Right here. Right here.
First,
It caught on fire, so Gonzo, but
This was it. This was the OG.
yeah, now the company uses it, for storage in the wintertime and stuff.
see where
And the first one was Uncle River Road. This original crushing plant, I designed it and built it before Uncle Dick came with the company. He made a lot of changes in it. I laid it all out, designed it, and built it.
Would this machinery be considered outdated now, or?
Oh no. We don't have anybody here that knows how to run it properly, so it's
So they don't
worthwhile.
even use it now?
We don't use it now. We buy our stone. Yeah. Take a right around this pile here. We'll go up on the hill a minute.
So what do they mainly do down here now?
Ready mix.
Yeah.
Because I did most of the design work here at this plant, so it must have been after I got out of college. Just after.
Just after you get out of college.
Originally built that crushing plant just before my brother Dick came to work for the company. He took over that plant at that time.
When you went up to Middlebury to start it up there, did you ever have did you or your dad ever have the thought or intention that would become the main plant? Yeah. No.
Only I had that dream.
You had the dream, yeah. When realized that Middlebury was going to surpass the Rutland?
When I got into precast, and I knew how viable that was going to be.
Right.
And I was good at it.
And that was what year?
I got into that in
Late 60s?
late 60s, 66.
Your dad, where's he buried?
I was trying to go there too, yeah, okay.
Do you remember what it was? Was it a...
I don't remember.
maybe
They all look too familiar.
Oh, I know, right? Oh, how are you guys? We got you.
There's Dad.
Oh, and Uncle John was there too with them. So that's nice. That's very nice. 19th green.
Down here on the right.
Yeah.
19th green.
Uh-huh. It was. I can't remember.
What's the 19th green?
I'll show you. That was the bar where he met Nana.
That's where Poppy and Nana
Oh.
It was a big hopping place.
out
It's
here.
now
I think it was right there.
yeah, right there.
That was
It used to be right there.
It was big hopping place.
Right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. This is where Poppy and Nana's place of rest is.
Come in the back door to see me. Everybody forgets you as soon as you're gone. So
No, not as soon as you're gone. It'll live on as long as we talk about you. And we're going to keep talking about you.
Yeah, that's how you live on.
I've got a lot to talk about on you.
shit.